Hey y'all, it's Diane with Sharlcraft One and my old barn door, and I'm just playing in my craft room today. So I thought I would just turn the phone on and let you guys play along. So this book I've had for a while, and I wasn't real sure if I could do a journal with it to sell, because the book's kind of in bad shape. I mean, the cover's a good solid cover, but it's yellow, you know, it's pretty yellow. You can tell that it's been well loved. And I took bleach and water and cleaned it really, really good. I like scrubbed it, but you can see it's still really yellow. But I just love the cover of this book. And so it's been sitting to the side, and I've been trying to kind of figure out, okay, what am I going to do with this book? And I'm getting ready to start my gardening. And so I thought, you know what? I make all these books, and I have not made myself one except for when I first started making books. So I think I'm going to make this and let it be my garden journal. So, because you can see on the inside, you know, it's yellow. It's got stamps from, I guess, the original owners. And, you know, it's not in the best of shape. So, but I didn't want to cover this up because, I don't know, I just like it. I just like this book. So, as you can see, I've already gotten started a little bit. But, I just thought I'd let you guys follow along on the process, and I don't know if you'll be interested or not. So, what I did first, or what I do first when I make these, is I go through my stash. Now, I pulled out all of the pages from this book, and I used some of them in my other two 5-ring binder journals that are in my Etsy store right now. But these are the leftover pages, so they will be used for something, I'm sure. But I pulled everything out and just kind of started with a blank slate. So I went through my stash and I pulled out some papers that I like. And so I just kind of, what I'll do is I'll just go through these papers and decide what I want to put in the book, and we'll just kind of go from there. So I might not talk a whole lot. Well, I say that, but I probably will, because I always talk a whole lot. But that's okay. So I'm going to put some of these dividers back in there. It already has a few of them in there. And I'm going to use some of the really pretty pictures that are from the original book too. So those are already ready to go in. This was in another one of the books, but I had it too full, so I had to take it out. So thought it'd be cute in this one. And look at that. Isn't that pretty? So these I've already kind of gotten ready. This was in the book when I bought it. And so I thought, you know what? Even though it's not vintage, because it's from 2009, I'm still going to put it in there somewhere, just because it was tucked away in the book, and I love finding stuff that's tucked away in the book. I was trying to see what magazine this was from, like a Visions magazine. I think it's like a local little paper that we have here in our town. So I'll put that in there somewhere. Not sure where yet. And then I have all of these little botanical cards that I cut out of a perennials book. And they just have really, really pretty colors on them. So I went ahead and pulled a few. I thought that was two. A few of my favorite ones that are bright and colorful. Look how pretty those are. And I thought I could put those throughout the book. So I went ahead and punched the holes in there. And what I usually do when I punch the holes is I just take one of these, match them up, and punch it out like that. So we'll add those in there. This is from that Helen Steiner Rice book that I used the poems out of. And it's just got real pretty flowers and stuff in it. So I don't know if I'll use this to cut out the flower images, but I think what I want to do is actually use the pages because good thick pages. So it'll take paint, it'll take mixed media stuff like gesso and all of that. So I'm probably going to use a few of these, and I like this green color. So I'm probably going to use a few of these in here. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start and let you guys play along with me or follow along with me or what have you. Excuse me while I get a drink of coffee. And we'll just kind of play and see how... I don't want the video to be super long, so I might make a couple of different videos. But I am going to use this green page, so we're going to go ahead and cut it. Now, I've already measured what size I want my pages. Here, I'll just flip through and let you see some of the things that I've picked. This I thought was super cute because it's got, you know, look at the prices on these things. I mean, a TV stand for $7.95. So this is from a vintage like school workbook. So I thought it would be cute to put a couple of these pages in there. This was an actual, like a front leaf or a back leaf cover from a book. I think it was the back leaf because it's on this side. These I thought were adorable. This is from like a little, it's a really old school reader. Kind of like a Dick and Jane book, but it's not a Dick and Jane book. So I pulled a few of those. Of course I have to have graph paper because it's going to be a garden book. So I'll probably put several pieces of graph paper in it. And I'll probably add sheets as I go. This is, these are just dividers from a spiral bound notebook that I'll use, and of course some spiral bound note sheets. This is also from a vintage workbook. Let me see if it has a copyright. No. It was really old though. So, and it's kind of thin paper, but I thought it would be cute to put it in there and then cut the pictures out and decorate with it. But it does talk about green parsley and things like that, so I thought it would be cute to go in there. This is just like a little notebook that has extra note paper in it, so I might put a few pieces of that in there. This is a bag from my pharmacy, so thought I could use that in there. Wandering Seeds, because that kind of goes with the garden thing. And I love the color in this on the back. I hope I'm in frame. I haven't even looked. Sorry, guys. Then some children's book pages. This is from that My Book House set of books that my best friend Tina gave me. And it has, I think, 10 or 12 books in it. And just beautiful, beautiful pictures in it. So, but I love this because God has made me to laugh, so that all here will laugh with me. By my God have I leaped over a wall. It is God that girdeth me with strength and maketh my way perfect. And I just love that. And this looks real springy and real Eastery. And that's the time of the year it is. So I'm going to add that in because I love it. This I like. It's from a Childcraft book. So, and a lot of these, like, I will glue together. Like this one, I'm not real thrilled with that page. And this one, I don't have to have that page. So I'll probably glue these two together and make them thicker so that I can journal on them or put pictures on them or whatever. This one the same. You know, but it's got, look at that, look how pretty those are. So, and you can see I've already punched holes in some of these because I had used them in previous books. So we can go ahead and sit those over there. Love, love, love this one with the butterflies. So what I'll do is I will glue these two together and make it one page. So it's thicker paper. This is a divider page from the last books, the 5 ring binder books that I did. So I thought if I needed extra dividers, I could use that. And these I had in that other book that was just, it had just gotten way too full. So they're already got the holes punched in them, so I can just add them over there. This is from that friendship book from the 1900s. A friend may well be reckoned the masterpiece of nature. Ralph Waldo Emerson. I love Ralph Waldo Emerson. Here's one by C.S. Lewis. Friendship is born at the moment when one person says to another, "What? You too? I thought that no one but myself. ... That's pretty cute. So anyways, and then these were in the other book, but I couldn't fit them in, and I absolutely love these two together. Beautiful. So they're going in my journal. These I'll probably have to trim down because this book is not as wide as the other one. Here is some more from those that 80s dictionary book, and it's already punched. A lot of these are already punched because I had to take them out of the other book, so I'm already kind of halfway started. Love this because it's about spring. This is from that My Book House series. Look how pretty these flowers are. And I was going to sew these together and make a pocket out of them with a picture on both sides. And then I got some maps because I absolutely love maps. Maps are some of my favorite things. I can sit and look at maps for hours. And then these are some of those little pictures from, I think it was a flowering annual book that I had. And I just thought they were really pretty for like journal cards and things like that. So put those in there. These are some pages from that flowering annual book. I think these two are still together. Look how pretty the image is. So I can use these. And they're already punched. I'm probably going to have to measure some of them. Look how pretty that one is. And then I have some different maps. So I thought I would cut these up and add some of them. This is from the late 1800s math, some type of formulas book. And I love that they wrote in it. I hope you can see it. I love that. I don't understand any of it, but I love it. So I'm going to add some of that in there. And of course, some of my fairy stuff. I love it with the mushrooms. And I thought that was a good garden thing. Isn't that pretty? So thought I would just add some pretty pictures in. And then of course you have to have ledger paper. What's a journal without ledger paper? And then some of the pictures from that little frog book that I just absolutely adore. So, and then some of the Joyce Meyer from like a daily devotional thing. These are just some things that I might decorate with. This I like because these pages are super thick. Really good thick pages. This is from a book, oh gosh. What Can We Do Today, or something like that, a children's book that gives them ideas of things that they can do for fun. And so I thought, I love the colors in this. You know, it's got that 60-ish theme, which I think is kind of the time frame that this is from. So here's some more of that formulas book. This was in the book, so I don't know. I may or may not add it. I just thought it was funny with the little squirrel on it. So, and this was in the book too. So, and I don't think this is super old either. Let me see if there's a date on it. November 1993. So it's not super old, but it was already in the book when I bought it. So I might put it back in there because, I mean, look how yellow the pages are. Cute. Some lined paper. Here's some more. Here's a couple of poems from the Helen Steiner Rice book. And I love that. love that picture on there. I don't know if you can see it. So I'll probably use these, or some of them. And then just some recipe pages, because initially I had thought about using this book as like a vintage recipe book, but I kind of changed my mind. So I have another one that I'm going to use for the vintage recipe book. This is just a piece from a little golden book that was tore all to pieces. So this is like a cream colored lined paper. I don't know if you can see the color of it real good, but a couple sheets of that. And then some sewing pattern paper that I might make some pockets out of. And this one I already made a pocket out of, so probably use that in there. Probably not the coffee filter unless I make a pocket with it. This is just an old, like the front piece of a Reader's Digest, but that's real colorful, so I thought I might put it in there to cut it up and use for backgrounds. And I like the graphic on this one. So this is actually the front leaf of that Helen Steiner Rice book, and I like the color of it, so thought I'd use it in there. Whoops, this got stuck in here, but you know what? I'll probably use that for a pocket. This is from, I don't know, some junk mail that I got, but I liked it that it had lined paper on it, so I'll probably trim that down and use it. Of course, some music paper. And it talks about a worm, so that'll go good with the garden thing. And then, this is some, I may not use this in here because I think I do want to use it in the book that I'm going to do with the recipe. So I'll probably set that to the side. Really pretty envelope. Isn't that pretty? And I think the back of it, yeah, super cute. There's some more of those recipes. And then, I don't know how this got in here, but let's just see. It's just a children's book, so I might could use a couple of pages of that in there. Not real sure where this came from. Paul Radke. Don't know how it got in here, but I don't know. This is from that Language of Flowers book that I've used in a lot of my journals because I love it. 2 primroses filled with morning dew. Why do you weep, sweet babes? Can tears speak grief in you? Who were but born just as the modest morn teemed her refreshing dew. So anyway, it's got poetry in it. Some dictionary pages because, I don't know, maybe I'll use those, maybe I won't. Lined paper. This is some recipes from, I don't know, a book from the 60s-ish. So, I may not use all these recipes in here. I had initially pulled these to go, and I love this. Love, love, love. You can tell this was from the 60s. Just from the graphics in it. Look at that. So, I may or may not use all of these in here. But we shall see. This is from a Mother Goose book. It was a really big book. The Real Mother Goose is what it's called. So, I guess it was just kind of stuck in here. But the book's in pretty bad shape, so it's not going to be a problem to take it apart and play with it. But, I don't know. It's good thick pages. I might use it. May or may not use it. And then this is from one of those gardening books that I have. Let me see what this is. Okay, it gives flower color, flower type, flower size, the blooming season, the plant height, and the environment that it likes. So, that's pretty cool. So, I might use that in there. Probably glue a couple pages together to make it a little thicker. So, that's where I am with it. I've picked pages that I might use. So, what I'm going to do now is just kind of go through and actually pick ones that I know that I want to use and get started punching the holes. And, yeah. So, I know I picked a piece of that Helen Steiner Ross book. I love this. I'm definitely going to use this. And I love the flower on the back. And even though that it says this, you know, I can put a picture or something over that. So, let's just, I'm going to set these aside. Maybe. Let me see where I am on my time. Oh, I'm at 20 minutes. You know what? I'm gonna get some of these cut and punch some holes in them, and then I'll come back and let you play along with me while I decide where and how I'm gonna put them in the book. So, thanks for watching. If you guys like this video, hit the like button. Leave me some comments below and let me know if you're even interested in watching these videos, because if you're not, I'm not gonna, you know, I'm not gonna bore you. So leave me some comments. Let me know if it's something that you're interested in. And thanks for showing me all the love. You guys have an awesome, awesome day.